Hi, my name is Julia, like Julia with a J, and I have too many passions, and creating videos is one of them. Welcome to my bi-weekly series about my favorite albums and EPs. Just gonna talk about them and a bit about the artists, maybe it depends. And maybe you'll find someone that you didn't know and you'll fall in love with. Who knows? That's my main goal, is sharing about different genres. So that's what I love, listening to different genres and just like immersing myself in different vibes and sounds and so on. So without further ado, I think we can begin. So the first artist I want to talk about is Arctic Monkeys, and I know this album AM from 2013 is kind of overrated. Like, people are fed up with "Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High?" and and other things, but I don't care because I love it. I actually really enjoy this album. It has such a sensual vibe to it, and I know their latest releases are actually very different from their first albums made, and I actually enjoy when an artist just veers off veers off a little bit and just experiments with other genres. It's just like, it shows how versatile they are as well, in a way. But there's also I just want to shout out to the first albums. Whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not. I have to read because it's such a long ass title from 2006, and Favorite Worst Nightmare from 2007. And the album name AM was actually inspired by the Velvet Underground 1985 compilation album VU. And Alex Turner said in an interview with Zane Lowe on BBC Radio 1, "I actually stole it from the Velvet Underground. I'll just confess that now and get it out of the way." And I was kind of curious to know who these Velvet Underground are. And because I'm very curious, I love doing these because I can discover new things. And they're actually real good. I mean, they're an older kind of band. I haven't really looked it up, but I listened to a few songs and I really like the sound and the vibes, so I'm gonna check them out. Yeah. So, I mean, that's it basically. I don't want to talk too much about Arctic Monkeys or AM, their album. So I'm just gonna move on. Next artist is more of a modern pop kind of artist. This is BillieEilish. Her debut studio album, When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, released in 2019. It was actually produced with their brother Phineas O'Connell, and he produced it in a small bedroom studio in LA. I actually love the dark tonalities of this album, how kind of obscure some songs are, and it's just like the horror-ish kind of imagery that it's in her music videos. I'm a fan of horror and paranormal shit, so this is my kind of vibe as well, even if it doesn't seem like that. And so I really love this album, and just like, it's very like low sounds as well. Lyrics are, I read, is mostly about like mental health and suicide and depression and other things. So it's not really the lightest album in terms of emotional connection. But her music videos actually are a contrast to these lyrics, if you know her or you've watched her music videos. That type, I'm the bad guy. Duh. So I feel like it's kind of, a good mix in a way. And yeah, I don't have much to say about her. I just love when she had blue hair, like that. She looked amazing. She still looks amazing, but I love that blue hair. So good, so good. So now things are gonna get a little bit spicier. I might talk a bit more about these upcoming artists. So next one is 21pilots. Blurry Face 2015. It's actually their song Stressed Out, which was like a huge hit. Even my aunt was listening to it non-stop when it came out. It's just like a really good upbeat sound that it's really catchy. This was basically like their breakthrough album, and and actually I did a bit of research because I'm a curious biatch. And Blurry Face is actually Tyler Joseph's alter ego, a character who makes him hurt other people, brings depression, anxieties, and makes him not enjoy life. Through the personification, the singer can better understand his dark side and how to deal with it. About the songs, hang on. Like Heavy Dirty Soul opens the album with one of the fastest raps, introducing the confusing voices in the singer's head. Through the song, Tyler reaches for a hand that can save him. It can be help from God, from fans, from his family. Blurry Face makes Tyler care too much about what people think about him, essentially amplifying his insecurities. In Stressed Out, the singer wishes to regain the innocence of childhood, longing for carefree nature. The track also includes the first direct mention of Blurry Face. And Goner channels the desperation. Tyler recognizes that he wants to defeat the side he doesn't like, and as a result, he asks for help, and through the music, he escapes. The album ends with repeated screaming lyrics, which convey all the frustration and need for peace. I actually really, really love this album, and there's a mix of different genres, and it feels like you're on the edge from the first song to the last song. It's very relatable, as well as you may see. Like, he actually, I think I read that he wanted this to be relatable because just conveying all the insecurities that we all have one way or another into an album, and just like as a form of release, I found it very, very, like, in a way, very artistic. And I don't know, it can help people in a way. I mean, music saves people, let's be honest. But yeah, I feel like this duo is something else, and their latest releases their overall music videos, lyrics are a bit strange, are a bit weird in a good way. When I say strange, weird is in a good way always. Depends on the context, of course, but I really love how they're just like so informal, and they're bringing so much joy to people. I was watching an MTV live, and they seem they're so cute. I really enjoy them. And one thing I want to say is that they're live in Romania with the mix of Evans and Stranger Things, the Stranger Things soundtrack is Chef Kiss. It's so good. Yes, I really love it. So the next artist I want to talk about is Marina. Well, actually she was Marina in the Diamonds, but she changed her name only to Marina, and I'm gonna talk about why. Marina is a singer that's been around for a while now, and she's half Welsh, half Greek. And the album that I really love, and I think a lot of people, especially like during the Tumblr peak years, this was it. Electra Heart from 2012. It's so good. I don't know, I really enjoy it, and it's actually funny because she says that Electra Heart is the antithesis, oh my god, of everything that I stand for, and the point of introducing her and building a whole concept around her is that she stands for the corrupt side of American ideology, and basically that's the corruption of yourself. My worst fear, that's anyone's worst fear, is losing myself and becoming a vacuous person, and that happens a lot when you're very ambitious. Diamandis, I think it's pronounced like that, describing the concept for Electra Heart and its title character. Also, she said that this album, I'm searching up, where did I read that? Oh yeah, what is Electra Heart a satire of? Lyrically, the album discusses topics of love and identity. Diamandis created the title character Electra Heart to represent female archetypes in popular American culture: housewife, beauty queen, homewrecker, and idle teen. This album really goes over different things. Like the music videos are very explicit. You don't need to actually read too much into it. They're very straightforward. They talk about this young girl just like enjoying life, maybe too much. I don't know. And during the peak time of Tumblr, there were so many gifs. I don't know how to pronounce that. Help. And like also Lana Del Rey was like, Tumblr was this concoction of this style. Tell you, this is how to be a heartbreaker. Boys, they like I don't know, Tumblr was wild during those years. I think like peak times were 2010, 2013. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I used Tumblr. I did use it. I deleted it like some time ago. But anyway, it's still a banger of an album, honestly. I've been listening to it and I'm like, I still remember the lyrics, so yeah. So the fact that she changed her name to only Marina and the Diamonds. She says, I have been completely obsessed with being an artist since I was 15 and I'm 33. This was an article in 2019 anyway. So it's been quite a large chunk of my life, she says. This in part explains why Marina also decided to drop her moniker Marina and the Diamonds in favor of just Marina. It was an effort to ensure that she's not creating a barrier between herself and other people. The whole point in being an artist and writing songs is bridging the gap, she says. The decision came with the 33-year-old singer wanting to move beyond the image she created nearly a decade ago. I don't want to be some kind of elusive star, she explains. I felt like I should feel like that in the past, but I've realized that's really not part of what I want to do in this life at all. So basically she just wanted to make peace with the past and let the past be the past. And I know it might not seem a lot for some to change a name that it's been like, she's had it for like years. But I feel the same because I had many Instagram usernames and YouTube usernames before finding this one, my actual one, Julia in G major. And that, in a way, really changes the perspective that one has on themselves. And the fact that she feels better with only Marina, she's making peace with the past and she's letting go of that image that she had, because now she's grown up, she's been through life, she's had her lessons and so on. So as an artist, and her latest releases and her image really shows that she's matured a lot. I mean, the appearance doesn't really tells if a person is mature or not or whatever, but seeing her from like over 10 years ago to now, she did a 180 change. So it's really nice. It's really nice to read that. When I read that, I was like, oh, that's so nice. It's cool. I really feel like it does change a person. Like it can happen with anything, like changing your style, your hairstyle, your clothing style, anything really. The last artist I want to talk about, I left her for last because I got a lot to say. She's Edith Piaf. Actually, her name is, I already forgot, shame on me. Edith Giovanna Gassion. She was, sadly, one of the most popular French singers of all time. She was born in 1915 and she died in 1963 at the age of 47. She had a lot going on physically and emotionally. I think she died of liver cancer and she had other things like arthritis or something like that. I don't want to get too much into that because it's very sad. She did have a very tragic life. Losing people that she loved, losing a child. The child was just 2 years old and she was abandoned by her mother and she was raised by her grandmother. There was a lot. Also, she went through the World War and stuff like that. So I think that was a lot to take in. And if you want to know more about her life, you can look it up online, or I know there's a movie called La Vie en Rose, released in 2007, which is the name of her most popular song, basically, La Vie en Rose. And that's a really heartbreaking story, so prepare yourself emotionally. It was really tough. I watched it years ago because of my mom. My mom has great taste in music, so I really have to thank her for discovering this great artist. We also had a CD. I chose the 20e anniversaire, released in 1993, which is basically a compilation of the various songs of her. But even if she didn't really release an album, I wanted to talk about her. You might know her already, or you might have come to know her because of the series on Netflix called Emily in Paris, which if it wasn't set in Paris, I would have never watched it because I don't really care about this kind of series. I don't really like comedies and stuff. Oh my god, Siri. Oh my god. I don't really like this kind of type of genres of series or movies. A few characters, like the main character Emily and her friend Mindy sang the song La Vie en Rose. If I'm not mistaken, I don't really remember. But I think a lot of people got to know Edith Piaf thanks to this, and I'm glad, because she's an amazing artist that deserves recognition still to these days, because she was really, really an amazing artist. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm so excited. And her way of singing is on another level. I think she was so carefree. She was a rebel. She just wanted to be herself and show herself, and it actually shows in her songs. Her rolled R's, like is you, if you listen, like I'm gonna put some snippets, but rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. You're gonna listen to how unique she is, and most of her songs are autobiographical. They're mostly about love, sorrow, sadness, loss, so they're very heavy, but some are really upbeat and bubbly, so it is a contrast. And there are ballads, and as I said, more upbeat ones. Sadly, her career started to decline towards the end. She was getting sick, she didn't have much energy, and she was really, really just losing life in general, sadly. But thank God she's been alive during that time, because we have so many beautiful songs that we can now listen to. Her voice really conveys the sadness, the desperation, the frustration, even if it's just very subtle in some songs. In the song like Mon Dieu, which means my God, you can really listen to how she kind of is desperate for love. Mon Dieu, laissez-le-moi. Like, she's had various lovers, and her first lover died, so she was really just devastated. And her way of really expressing that anger and sadness and whatever she was feeling, it was through her songs. She really left monumental pieces of art. Honestly, it's just, I don't know, every time I get goosebumps when I listen to her, because I don't know, it's just, you know when you cannot put your thoughts or emotions into words. If you enjoy listening to other genres, I really, really suggest you listen to her and just let her sweep you away, like into a new world. I don't know, it's just, I don't know. I really, really love this artist, and yeah, I think that was all I wanted to say. So if you've come until the end, let me know if you knew the artists, if you listen to these artists, if you discovered new artists that you're gonna check out, if you have suggestions based on nothing, just suggestions. And yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in 2 weeks.